You know, it's interesting that every time I want to start a vlog channel or video, and I always notice some tiny details that I could really do like in seconds, but I choose not to do it because I'm lazy as heck. Like, for example, I could have shaved, but I'm too lazy to because I already started recording. And then there are a few things like there's not enough light on my face, but there's like everything else, and then there's a shadow right here because the light's top. So I have a light right here that, well, I mean, it's really bright. I tried using my phone to light up my face, but like, I kind of not look at it, and this wouldn't help. But the problem is, I don't have a plug. All my plugs are for my two monitors, the TV, and my computer. So there's no more plugs left, and I only have 4 plugs. So I need to buy more plugs. Another thing I kind of realized is that there's echo every video I have. The problem is, well, it's a room, so it's gonna echo, and the mic, it's like there. So I need to say it really loudly, and then have to normalize my voice with that louder than normal. And because it's far away, you know, because it's only for filtering thing, and then because I say it into the wall, because the microphone like only like a few centimeters behind the wall, so there's echo. I need to fix that. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first video of Live with Panda. Yes, today is not a vlog because I have some discussion topic to talk about. And that depends on how long the video is. I might chop it down, but I'll keep it long enough. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, let's get started. So if you didn't know, a Generation 7 Pokemon game just got announced a few days ago, which is titled Pokemon Sun and Moon. Woo! And it introduced 3 new starters that... So we have a derpy flying grass owl, which looks pretty cool. A seal, clown, water, seal, honk honk, and a fire kitten. And I gotta say, the 3 looks like the more. At first you look at them like you're like eh, and then you start looking more at the trailer and you're like, oh yeah, they look pretty cute. But then the cat looks pretty cool. And then the owl too, but the clown seal, I kind of have mixed feeling about it. I'm not too sure, you know? So this Pokemon games will be taking place at the region called Alola, which is based on Hawaii, which is really cool, even though I haven't been to Hawaii yet. I would assume that is cool, because I think Hawaii is cool like every other people, I think. I don't know. Hawaiian pizza is not that bad. And then comes the legendaries. Okay. My honest opinions, the legendary do not look that good, you know? Like, compared to the Generation 6 legendaries, which is Xerneas and Yveltal and Zygarde, they don't look up to par. Even for like the Groudon and Kyogre, even though in their normal form and then in their primal form, they look pretty badass. And then these two kind of look underwhelming. I don't know why. Maybe the simplistic design, or maybe I don't know. There's just something that could not get me up the hype as Y, X, and Y, and then the Gen 6 Pokemon. Huh. I guess. I mean, it's too soon to judge. Maybe when I start playing the game, when I can, I'll have like a better view, or when there's more information released about the Pokemon, I'll have a better view of those legendary, and maybe look into the name and look if there's anything else. And there's probably going to be a 3rd legendary coming out, which I guess it's not out. It's not being shown yet, but yeah, the 2 legendaries already on the box. To me, doesn't look that good, and I've already stated this before, but kind of like the Pokemon team, a little bit of scraping the bottom of their pan. I mean, I could be wrong, and that's only my opinion. You are free to make counter arguments of why they look good or why you agree with me. Comment down below. And our second topic that I like to talk about today is that if you didn't know, the Assassin's Creed movie just released its trailer today, which is like, woo! And the first impression when I first watched the trailer was like, wait a minute, is that a Kanye West song? Yes, it is. It's like, it's so easy to know this is asshole voice. I don't know. I'm trying to make a joke about Kanye West. I can't think of anything. His music's not that bad, really. So far, the trailer looks really cool. Although there are a few details when I first watched the trailer, there are a few parts of it that kind of like bugs me a little bit. I mean, when I watched the trailer the second time, the third time, it kind of hit me, and I kind of like, oh yeah, they actually make sense, kind of. So the first thing I'd like to talk about in the trailer is the animus. And for those who played the game and did not notice, that giant hand thing that hooked onto Michael Fassbender that lifted him up and was like, whoa! That's the animus. Yep. And for those who have not played the game, that is completely different from the video game version of the animus, which is a bed type or a chair for the animus 2.0. A chair bed, I guess. I don't know. I mean, it looks like a chair, but then you lean down, you're kind of seeing things. So what is the animus? So the animus is a machine that you lie down, and then it's gonna give you access to the DNA and the memory of your ancestor who, well, for this case, are assassins. And with that, you can get to relive the life of your ancestor and understand, or at least see, how they live their life of being an assassin. And that's it about the animus, really. It might be confusing for a lot of players, or for, you know, people who play the game, to watch that trailer and it's like, why did they choose to do that? But when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. So when you're in the animus and reliving the memory of your ancestor, and because they are assassins, they have specific moveset like parkouring and then killing people with a hidden blade and then just doing all the stealthy move and all the fighting and all that, you kind of learn from that yourself too. It's kind of like affecting your brain, and you retain those memories as like abilities, and you're able to, you know, do it when you're out of the animus as a real assassin kind of thing. And that's how, you know, the story was starting out as. And doing with this new animus is kind of makes sense because it easily explains how the bleeding effect works. Oh yeah, it's called the bleeding effects, by the way. But yeah, so with this, it kind of easily explains how the bleeding effects works, and how, you know, it's for him to able to move around and reenact all of that movement, or at least most of the movement, and still reliving the memory of the ancestor kind of deal. So that's pretty cool. It actually explains the bleeding effect. I mean, granted, you know, since it's only a 2-hour long movie, so they need a way to quickly express how the bleeding effects works. Unlike video game, which is like 8 video game franchise long with hours and hours of time play and gameplay on it. Yeah. Exactly. So, as for gamers like us, we take the bleeding effects for granted because we kind of like understand, like, there's a plot, there's a clear storyline. I mean, you can easily put in the script like, oh yeah, the bleeding effect will help you become an assassin. They might put it in there. Who knows? But for this new animus thing, it explains better with word and visually to the audience who do not know about the game, which I'm okay with. Although I don't like to get hooked up in there, I will prefer the chair bed. Thank you. So another point I found kind of like a little bugging me is one of the action sequence that happens in the trailer. There's a scene where the female assassins jump down and then proceed to slash 2 Templar's guards with the hidden blade and then stab them. And then they fall down. So it looks pretty normal. Not at all. I mean, it sounds normal when they describe it to you, but when you look at it, there's a few, like, it doesn't look realistic, you know? Because when you stab such person, I mean, granted, you kind of push them, they're gonna fall away, but it looks to me like they're falling down, and then the blade kind of like CGI out, and it looks like, it doesn't look like real, even for an Assassin's Creed game. I guess a bit like Assassin's Creed, like when you stab him, like he stays there in the knife and the blade, and then it needs to retract, or at least he pull out, and then the guy like, oh, I don't know. just I think I'm just being nitpicking here. The choreograph could have been better, and the CGI of the blade, because I think that's the CGI blade, or at least like a expandable fake toy blade or something. I don't know, but still, that's the only thing that I really nitpick about because of the rather unrealistic falling. I mean, it's not the blood or anything, just the choreograph that make it rather unrealistic. And I said that a lot because it kind of is. If you agree with me, feel free to comment below that say, yeah, kind of agree with that point. And if you didn't notice that, and now that I say it, you do, and then it can't get out, like you can't unsee it, and you hate me for it, comment below. Anyway, yeah, so that's just only a few things that I find disturbing on the trailer. A little nitpicking in here and there, but the trailer overall is a real good trailer. I hope the movie's gonna be as good, or at least half as good as Assassin's Creed 2. Because Assassin's Creed 2 is the best Assassin's Creed game of all! Anyway, I'm just kidding, and that's just only one man's opinion. That's only my opinion. You are able to raise your own opinion down in the comment below. Let me know, what do you think of the new Assassin's Creed trailer, and what do you think of the new Pokemon game, if you are a gamer or not, and what are your 2 cents on the subjects. Also, if you have a topic you want me to talk about, feel free to also put it down below, and I will look into that, and maybe I'll research and put in my 2 cents into a thing. Thank you for watching my first video about things that I find relevant, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Oh yeah, one thing before I end the video, I have some sort of weird questions. What do you guys think of having like an interesting intro at the beginning of the video? I think it's okay. I think it's fine either way. I don't mind putting an intro in or not, but we do have like an icon, an official icon that was made by my cool friend. I will link her down below, and you can see the creation right here. And yeah, she's been actually doing a lot of arts for my gaming channel and the other things that I kind of request her to do. And she's a cool person, so check her out on her Patreon page. So yeah, if you guys want an intro, feel free to comment below. If you don't and you think this is fine, yeah, just tell me about it. Thanks guys.